Today, it is wintry time.
Spyro, Ripto's still alive, and he's locked us out of the castle. Even worse, he's stolen our new power crystal for the super portal.
Yeah, Ripto.
Hey.
Ripto's kind of a jerk. There's one thing I want to show off before we do anything else, but I have to talk to Moneybags.
Well, Spyro, it comes down to this. There's only one more thing I can teach you. And like all the best things, it doesn't come cheap.
This is the final move we can learn from Moneybags, and you need 1,000 gems to learn the head bash.
The head bash move is very simple, really. All you must do is jump and then press the action button.
It's actually more the charge, the like zoom in button. It's weird because normally you would do the charge button, but jump, do that, and Spyro bashes down and breaks anything underneath him. This is the move that we needed for that one Shady Oasis place. Or anything else, let's go up here with the very awkward, gigantic steps that nobody ever would naturally use. So you remember me saying that I could probably unlock Ripto right away because I've been getting all the orbs?
Well, nobody said Ripto was brave. He's locked himself behind this door. The professor thinks that only a very large collection of orbs will open it.
Not quite. I actually have how many orbs do I have? 38. So if I had actually gotten a couple of the orbs that I could have, that I would have had to repeat later. Because there was one in Shady Oasis and there was the one in Fracture Hills. I could have opened that, but I don't really see too much of a reason to do that. You can see Winter Tundra is actually really lovely looking. I think this castle's my favorite one. Oh, like, it's so high up in the mountains too. Look at all that mist and fog. It's so great. There's an orb down here we're just gonna leisurely glide to get. Also, I mentioned Fracture Hills and Shady Oasis, but you can, if you come here with 38, you can easily get it just by looking around the hub world. This is the first stage we've seen. That's Robotica Farms. I was a little bit slippery today. Most likely that's just me having a little bit of trouble with the controller. My fingers were a little bit sore earlier today, but I'm alright now. Also, the fodder for this level is penguins. Walk in here and you get another stage.
I can see you've learned the value of orbs, Spyro. This touchy gate should work perfectly with the help of your impressive orb collection.
I think if you talk to him without enough orbs, he says that the gate's a little bit finicky. But this is Metropolis. That's probably pronounced Metropolis. I always have trouble with the polis, how you're actually supposed to pronounce it in certain words. But Metropolis and Robotica Farms are actually the linked levels. The first pair of linked levels. Grab all of these, and that's all the gems here. So back out the gates. Get the rest. Of course, Moneybag is still there. I love that he has a reaction when you do that. Murder all the penguins. Not that I need the extra lives. But hey, why not? If we go in here, we find an ice cavern. With actual ice, so it's a little bit awkward. Also, you can see there's another closed portal over here. Winter Tundra wants to make sure you've gotten orbs.
Some consolation that you've collected so many orbs. My high-tech portal here will take you to Cloud Temples.
Cloud Temples is another of the linked levels, though I only think it's kind of sorta linked. But it's tied with Mystic Marsh over here. I say sorta because they don't quite have the obvious link that most of them do. At least as far as I can tell. Also, this was what was in Shady Oasis and why we couldn't get all the gems there either, because you have to head bash to break that. Let's head down here. I like the little whirlwind shortcut to get back up to the top. But there's something in here first. And it's, yet another portal we have to pay.
One last speedway adventure for you, Spyro. It's not that expensive, you know. You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
I believe this level has... No, I think that was Autumn Plains that had the 2 speedways. I've played this game an endless number of times, but I can still never remember where most of the stages are, because there's just so many good stages. So we saw there was an orb up on top of the waterfall, and the way to get to it is this way. We have to get all the way back up. Why these aren't just walkable, I don't know. Spyro's not that much smaller than the main races of this world. You actually need to come over here and look down. You can see that there's a pool of water down there we can go in. Head bash right in and you'll find a little tunnel somewhere. Here it is. Dive down, dive back up. Look where we are. There's the 40 we need for Ripto, but we're not gonna go challenge him just yet. Sparks is gonna help us figure out where we missed the gems. We're also missing an orb here, yeah. Let me think. Oh right, the orb is in the obvious place. You have to break this. For some reason, I walk past that a lot, like it's set dressing. But no, Spyro can break that block. Break that block? Break that rock. God, I love the fact that they included Sparks' treasure, little treasure pointer in all of these games. It makes it so much easier. Oh, that's right. We actually do have to open up Ripto's arena because
All right,
there's gems in
Spyro.
it.
Now that you've got the orbs, Ripto's demise is only moments away, right? Right? Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
Ripto's actually got gems in here. You have to open it and scoot in enough to get the gems. You see there's a staircase that leads up to the arena back there. We got other stuff to do first. Go ahead and start with the obvious one, which is the speedway way down here. Yeah! Yeah! I really think that's it. It does look a lot like that dressing. This is actually my least favorite of the speedways. Not because of, like, it's actually a pain or anything, I just don't really like the orb in this speedway. You see, it's a little bit tricky at times because there's a lot of really tight corners. That's mostly my own fault for being out of practice on speedways. I didn't realize they screamed in horror when Spyro approached them. Turn around. Not quite like that, but you know what? That works. Now we got buzzards to kill. Oh, I hit... That was my bad. I tapped the top shoulder button and Spyro flipped around, so I missed it. Oh man. Try a little bit different this time. Not falling in the lava. Careful there, Spyro. You actually come out into the buzzard area and you get done with the rings. I'm gonna get these guys first. Try to. The fire's still got a deceptive range on it. I just have to hope this works. And where are they? Got it! Yeah, that's what I thought. He's not. He's just... I'm just really out of practice. I think it's also because this area is a lot tighter and a lot smaller than the others, possibly. Now we're gonna go this way because Hunter was back in the vulture area, I am fairly certain. Yeah, I think there's a spot. Yeah, here he is. Hey, Hunter!
Alright, Spyro. Are you ready to try out my plane? I just fixed it, and I'm pretty sure it won't crash now.
Great! Let's give it a shot.
Okay, Spyro. Here's what you gotta do. I've got the plane on remote control, so all you have to do is hit the targets with your machine gun. Press the attack button to fire the gun, and use your left stick to aim.
But anybody who has, like, sound sensitivity issues, you might want to mute the stream for a little bit, or at least turn it down. Because it says press the A button to fire the gun, but honestly it's best to just hold it. Because if you're just pressing it, you're really likely to miss it, because kind of look how these shots go. They're not, like, badly angled, they will go where the little target is. It's just it can be really difficult to actually get the target on what you're trying to shoot, considering the plane is moving weirdly. Also, yes, like with any other orb challenge, if I miss even one of these balloons, we gotta start all over. Got it. So you can see me kind of move the reticle, try to track.
Hey, you nailed all the targets. It must be because you had such a good pilot.
Uh-huh. Sure, Hunter. I will give him credit for flying slow enough that I can easily move around at least. That's actually not that bad a challenge if you just sort of have the reticle follow where the camera is turning. You can usually do it pretty well. Just I've always had issues with that for some reason. And even with it being easier now, I just never really liked it much. Also, Hunter has everything. Lava was the fastest way to get out of the speedway. Alright, so now that the speedway is done, let's actually go hit up the real levels, and we'll start just right here from the beginning and hit up Mystic Marsh. This is one of the ones that unfortunately has a pretty annoying orb. I really like it though, even with that annoying orb. This is a really nice place. I feel like I say that about a lot of Spyro too. Okay. Do you wanna maybe explain why you have elephant snails? Also, these monkeys suck. I hate them so much.
Things just aren't the same since our magic fountain shut off. It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Also, yeah, they can't even float without the fountain being on. These are apparently rhinos and metal shells. Shut up, you dumb lemur. What's wrong with the water wizard? Also has one of the like longer orbs in the game, which a lot of people don't seem to like, but I don't really find it all that troublesome. It's mostly just that it's a little slow. That's the problem for most people, I think. And a little annoying. Monkey, get the elephant, get the rhino. Just everything. Wow, Oreo, you're so rude. That elephant is floating in the air. I really do love that, like, every glitch I've gotten in this game is benign and hilarious. That's really what glitches should be, just funny. Let's hit this rhino. Water for this time are froggies. Also, there's duckies down there. Very sad mama ducky. Or mama ducky. Can't really do anything to help the mama ducky right now. Okay, little... These are platypus pufferfish? I think? They look like platypus, but they do the whole pufferfish thing, so I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be. No, I've gotten that glitch before. Not specifically on that enemy, but I've gotten the enemy floating in the air glitch before. That's everything in the river that we can grab right now. Let's hop back out. Go see Oreo's favorite person in the world, the water wizard! Pufferpuss, yeah, there you go. Let's see. There's just another frog over here. I need to take the thing up because notice that you need 20 for that gate. There's an elephant. Oh, over here. Hi guys. Sorry, I missed you, didn't I? Didn't that time. Okay, that's just a curve back to the area. Oh, it looks like that's done. So you can see from here that's the spring power-up. I don't really know what it's called. I know that you can talk to somebody and get the name of it. I'm pretty sure. It might be the super jump power-up. Also, on the wildlife thing, hi, I do remind you, we are a dragon. Even if dragons are technically extinct or non-existent in Avalar, it's not actually clear which. I think it's just that they're non-existent. We are a dragon, so these like rhino snails and elephant snails and puffer pusses aren't really all that far-fetched. But I want to know why we have just like straight lemurs. These things are just straight up lemurs. They're not anything else. That's everything there. We want to take a glide over this tree and up over here to get some more many things. Also, there's a pot here. Remember that it's here. That's actually very important for a little later. The one thing about Mystic Marsh, which makes it a little bit irritating for the orb later on, is that there's a lot of underwater passages and sort of twisty ways to get around. As you can see, we can go down in the water here. One of the orbs, the one that I'm particularly not excited about, is a chase orb. You have to chase things across this entire area. And that gets us up on top of this part here, which is the second section of the area. And this has poison swamps mingled around with actual water. Actually, come to think of it, I don't know what the difference between a marsh and a swamp is. I'm sure there's some difference. That's lost on me.
What? Oh, I must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and, don't mention my little nap to Hydra, okay?
Oh yeah, in Autumn Plains, when Alora said all 14 talismans, she means all 14 talismans. Nobody in Winter Tundra has talismans, it's all orbs. I'm not too sure why. I guess Winter Tundra was a different sort of section, so they didn't have the protective talismans. Here is the source for the irritating orb.
Ah, Spyro, a friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen my spark plugs and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Yeah, we have to chase down 4 kangaroo thieves to get this dude's spark plugs back. They're kind of a pain. Oops. Especially there. They do have the same trick that all the thieves do. If you can get close enough to flame them, then you can end the chase really early, but that requires a bit more skill than I have. It also requires you to know exactly where the thieves are going to go, which I don't actually have memorized. Right now I'm mostly just snagging the gems on the way. And that's the problem with trying to get them, is that if you don't cut the glide, cut the charge out fast enough and hit the glide, then you're gonna die. Luckily there is another area up around here you can go through for more gems and stuff. I know there's some frogs around here somewhere. Also these pufferpuss things, and I ended up hitting one of the ones I didn't see in the water. Whoops-a-doodles. Oh well, we got like, what, 36 lives? I think mainly the reason I hate the little spark plug chase is just because the swamps make it actually really hard to chase them around, because since so much of this stuff is up pretty high, you end up having to be very careful about where you're charging, and it can be a real pain in the butt. If you fall in, you're going to lose, like you saw there, you're going to lose all of your health. If not just straight up drown, because there's so few places you can actually surface. Nothing down here. Yep, this is just a little pond. Go back up over here. That's not back up over there, Spyro. I get it, you feel gross because you fell into that really nasty purple swampy thing, but come on, we got stuff to do. You can take a bath later. Nope. That's Spyro. Oh, there's some neat little cave paintings around here that I like with the little snail rhinos. You have the monkeys. I think the elephant snails. They're pretty neat paintings. There's another of the... I actually don't know what these thieves are. I've always called them kangaroo thieves, but they might be sugar gliders? If the dude said who they are, I think his name was Basil. I didn't hear. Go back up. Park's saying I'm missing a gem somewhere. It's in one of the other water pathways. Right here. Here's one we haven't taken yet. Also, unlike other thieves with the spark plug thieves, reversing them and like going the opposite way around the road that they run isn't really a viable option. It can outright be impossible in some cases because the route that they take, it's just not physically possible for you to do it backwards because it's too high for charge runs and stuff. I got you that time. Maybe these are just like platypus that have evolved their little poison spike to be all around their body instead of just on their little hind legs. At least I think it's platypus that have the poisonous hind spike. Possibly even front spike. One of those. That empties us out here into the river. Okay, now before I start messing with these thieves, there's another... I remember where it is. Oh, that did not quite work out. There's the orb that makes all these little things we've seen scattered around matter. Like the pot and the cauldron we walked past.
Ah, Spyro, so glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it. I do have this extra egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
So yeah, this orb is a trading fetch quest. Well, I don't think fetch quest is the right thing to say. It's basically a whole huge trading sequence across the level. Which I don't really think is that big a deal because all of the areas where you're supposed to put stuff is pretty distinctly highlighted. And the level is small enough and turned in enough on itself that it's not really all that difficult to figure out to get back to where everything's supposed to go. That's just the main issue, is trying to angle Spyro to spit it in a way it'll land where you need it to land. In this case, we start off by giving the egg to the bird. The bird gives us a seed, which we take over here and put in the pot. Because where else would you put a seed but a pot? That grows a... whatever the heck that thing is! Which gives us a rubber ducky. We run all the way over here to where Mama Ducky is, because she was sad. Dragonfly trap. Spit out the ducky for Mama. Mama gratefully vomits up a beet for us. And now she's happy. Got Got the beat, so we need to go up over this way. Hey Numpty, we'll hit up you in a second. Got a little close there. Remember that there was actually a pot over here, so we want to come over here to this pot. Get the beat into it. And give us a coin. Now, where do you think you would put a coin? Obviously, the coin must go in the fountain. That's new. I've never had it stick to the wall. Usually it just bounces off. Coin in the fountain, and that finally gives us the professor's pencil. I actually have to get higher. I can't get to it from ground level. That's why I say I don't really mind it too much, because it didn't really seem all that annoying to me. If you don't know what to do, it can be seriously annoying. But like I said, all of the areas where you can trade stuff is actually pretty heavily outlined, so.
My pencil! Now I can begin calculating the age of the universe again. Here, take this orb for safekeeping. Allura thinks I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, how did you lose your pencil inside of the magic water fountain, Professor? That seems like a story I would really like to know. So, the last thing we have is just some gems I've missed somewhere. None of these thieves have any, so let's see if we can figure out where it is. That's it! So now we deal with this. Wrong button. Or I probably could have flamed him and killed him. Really, I don't even think it's getting the thieves so much as it feels like the thieves massively overstay their welcome, because there's 4 of them. Got him! That is one. Or 2 is over here. 6 shower? That's a little weird, but okay. Okay, so where did this guy go? I know he was up on... Where'd he go? Where did he go? Okay, so there's one right here. Look at this one, just runs in a circle. I don't know where the other one went. I think that might be the one up by the pot. Possibly. Let's head this way and see what we can do with that. I feel like the fingers don't normally glide, though. That actually worked better than I expected it to. Okay, so this is the other reason I don't like this. This does usually, in fact, happen. I lose track of where one of the thieves is. I'm not actually sure where he could be. Oh, hello! Where'd he go? Where did he go? I lost track of him again. Okay, really? Come on. Back over here? Maybe he's the one that runs around on this track. I don't really like chases in Reignited much because it feels like the camera is like way too closed in on Spyro. That makes chases a bit more difficult. Yeah, this is the guy who... This is him. So I had him on the wrong track. I need to chase him around the other way. It's been a while since I've played the original trilogy, so it might be just as zoomed in there. But I think the kangaroos highlight it the most how frustrating it can be because you just don't have as big a field of vision as you need. Maybe I'm just a numpty and I forgot how to zoom the camera out, but we jump down here and then there. Why did that... Why in the world did that not trigger? Alright! I was expecting to have a difficult chase, but...
Woohoo! I'm back in business. Here, young dragon friend, take this. It's museum quality, but you deserve it.
I guess he could have just... welcome to just stand there. I don't think they're bad. The more, like, smaller contained chases I actually find to be pretty fun. It's just these in particular are a problem because there's so much in the level and there's so many places they can go. It is way too easy to lose track of where the thief actually went because you don't have really a big enough field of vision to see where they went. It's still fun, it's just kind of frustrating if you get unlucky like I did and lose track. Did not learn his lesson. Now I have really great, awesome, wonderful news for Oreo. We're gonna go see more of the wizards. This portal over here, Cloud Temples, uses a very similar type of wizards, but they're not water wizards. I think they're air wizards. Which is why I said that they're connected. Or at least appear to be. This actually has one of my favorite orbs in the game, even though it can be a little tedious if you're having trouble with it. I'm actually curious if Oreo hates these wizards as well, because they look a little better than the water wizards. How are you even turning goats to stone in the first place, buddy?
I used to be one of Avalar's most powerful magicians, until that big warlock over there stole my wand. He and his friends have used the magic within to take over the city.
And I feel kind of like that maybe he deserved it. Like, was there a particular reason you were turning that goat to stone? He kissed the wand. Thank you kindly, sir. Also, yeah, as that showed, the goats will pop out of the stone and come after you. So will these things, but these things spit rocks at you, so you want to make sure you kill them quick. They also leave a rock behind when they die, and I believe that rock respawns. This is actually kind of an interesting thing of foreknowledge. Because the rams look like they might be that they're too big to charge in this game, but if you know from the original where they were closer to Spyro's size, yeah, they're perfectly chargeable. I was reading chat and not paying attention. Yeah, Cloud Temples is great. Got them both. There is luckily a one-up mushroom, one-up butterfly right over here, so Sparks will heal. Also, yeah, you can't talk to any of these wizards once you get them their wands back. They just kind of stand there, staring creepily into nothing with a weird expression on their face. Oh, that was a sheep. Yeah, fodder for this world is just sheep again. It's kind of cute. Also, I have the same tracking issues with these guys as I do with all the ranged guys. They're really good at hitting Spyro. Yeah, I'm not too sure what went wrong with those guys, but they're deeply concerning. Maybe the Warlocks had a reason for doing this.
Our bell towers have been invaded by trolls. You might be able to help, but you can't beat them without activating this power-up.
I was hoping he'd tell us what it was actually called. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy. So yeah, like with most NPCs, you can't actually flame them. They don't do anything. And you can't see where the enemy went, just flame like mad until you kill them. And there's the last Warlock. Oh.
Spyro, you have freed our city from the claws of those evil warlocks. Please, take this orb. I foresee that it will help you on your journey.
That was a little weird. I never quite had it yank me back like that before. Wait, that is the exit, and that is the exit orb, but we got a bunch of stuff to do, and all of it's down over here. So that guy right there is the source of my favorite orb. One of my favorite orbs in the game. I'm gonna try to grab everything we can around here first. Nope. This is probably gonna take a couple of tries though, like I said.
I'm a secret agent. I'm going to my secret hideout. Only members of my secret club are allowed to go there. I'm not leaving unless you hide behind that tree so you can't see me.
So this is kind of a stealth mission, which is kind of funny. It's not too bad though. You hide behind the tree, and of course Agent Zero will look around, and he'll run forward, and he'll do a quick sweep. And if he sees you, the jig is up.
This time I better not catch you sneaking behind me. My hideout is for members.
The reason this one isn't too bad is because Agent Zero has Metal Gear Solid Guard vision. He will only see you if you are directly in front of him. So if he turns around and you get behind a tree before he fully turns to face Spyro, he actually will not see Spyro. And you can see you can get like right up behind him and he won't notice you. You just have to make sure that his direct line of sight is blocked. Decent point right there. You also have to be careful because the doors will close behind him fairly quickly after he goes up them. is actually a sneaky case because you have to run behind this tree. Wait, how did he see me?
This time I better not catch you sneaking behind me.
Huh.
My hideout is for members.
I must have not
only.
been entirely behind that tree. This is the reason why I say it might be tedious. Or it's not even might, this is tedious if you keep getting it wrong, is because you start way back at the beginning. But where he caught me was actually very nearly near the end. We were almost done when that happened. Also, as you saw, he will never turn around in this section, so you just have to make sure you stay behind him. Behind the tree.
This time I better not catch you sneaking behind me. My hide.
I might know what's going on. I think this is the same mistake that I tend to make when I usually play this. There's like a weird little quirk where his AI does not. The tree is not I'm trying to figure out how to put it. Basically, the tree is too far away for his AI to recognize that it's blocking its sight. I'm actually gonna test this here by getting behind this tree right. Oh, that worked.
What? You managed to get here without following me? You must be a member of my secret club after all. Here, take this secret decoder. It will allow us to send secret messages.
I think it is just a quirk with that tree that his AI doesn't quite interact with that tree like it's supposed to. Because we saw there that I was the same distance away as when I used that tree, but he still couldn't see me behind it. I think that's the thing I fall for every time I play this game, because it seems like getting behind the further tree is the better idea. But that's not actually the case. Yeah, that's one of my favorite orbs in the game. It's just weirdly cute. It's kind of fun to follow Agent Zero. Much like the trolley, though, like I said, it can be really tedious if you're not really getting it, or if it's hard for you to figure out. I remember where to go for the rocket I'm looking for, and I remember where it is. I know a lot of people have really bad memories of that mission from when they were a kid, though. Also, these are the trolls that dude was talking about.
Our mystical bell towers have been overrun by trolls, and the bells haven't been rung in days. I tried a fire spell on the trolls, but that just made them crazier. This super freeze power-up will chill out the trolls, but we really need the bells to ring. They'll ring if you charge into them.
They were using the super freeze power-up to freeze the trolls, which still gives us like really cool design on Spyro. This is actually a thing of timing, because if you make these too high, Spyro can't get up them by himself. In this case, you have to make this dude freeze low enough that Spyro can get on top, but can also get up there. You might notice this guy running around ineffectually. He's not, but we can't use him just yet. Yeah, there we go. Freeze this guy, doesn't matter where. Hit the bell. And then the one down here will run over to this side. He's supposed to. Oh no, it's the one up there that runs down over to this side. Same thing as before. You gotta freeze him in a way Spyro can get him up him. Oops. Here. Then hit the bell.
I suppose you want an orb for doing that. Well, I'm afraid not. There's still one bell left. You can get to it by using the whirlwind behind me.
Oh yeah. I was thinking, I thought you got 2 orbs for this, but no, you need... There's another troll that comes running up. That, do that, that, and then you have to hit this guy at a decent enough angle. That's it!
Thanks, Spyro. I didn't think you could do it. Here, have a souvenir from the Cloud Temple's gift shop.
Why are you selling orbs in the Cloud Temple gift shop? Why does the Cloud Temples have a gift shop? I'm a little confused, buddy. God, I really love the little decorations that Spyro gets when he has the Super Freeze power-up. That's what we're looking for right there. That rocket. That's actually the entire reason the trolls don't vanish. I think. Actually, I need to go back down and get it again. I did that wrong. I have to get back up to where the bell is. And then kind of right over there. It's too high. Oh, hit him. Why in the world was Spyro not hitting him? That was a little weird. Little bit of a faith glide there, but not a huge deal. That's also another trap I always fall for. I always think you can get up from the one that's running around in circles, but you can't. You gotta get back up to where the bell is. Sparks can help me find the gem I'm missing. Ah, there's some down over here that I didn't grab because I was too focused on following Agent Zero. More over this way? God, this treasure radar is so good. These poor sheep, they keep reviving only to have Spyro run back and terrorize them some more. Something way back over here? Way back, over by the start, apparently. Oh, this is the one gem I miss, isn't it? Yep. That always happens. I try to make sure to look around the start of the level so I don't miss any gems around the start, but there's always one I miss, even when I look around. That seemed a bit mean. Okay, fair, maybe more than a bit. A life as a female goat in an area with a lot of frisky male goats is probably a bit more hellish than just a little mean. Those are all of the stages outside of the castle, so now we get to go to the stages in the castle, and we're going to start with Robotica Farms. Oh, that farmer's dead.
Howdy, Spyro. These here pests have infested our farm. Could you find the time to help us get rid of them? Find your way over to the giant bug lamp and turn it on so we can zap any more invading pests.
Can't charge those. I don't know what I was thinking. There's whatever these are all over the level. These golden rocks of I don't even know what to think about those. That's probably how you're supposed to take down the bugs. Flying ones, I mean, but you can just run up and flame them like everything else. Alright, catch you later, Oreo. This is interesting. You charge it to flip it, and then you have to head bash it to kill it. That's the only enemy that in the game that requires you to do that. Honestly, even though it means tanking a hit, I usually just find it less annoying to run up and flame them rather than trying to find the little orb and or rock thing and angle the shot. It was! Always more fun when you have more people to talk to on stream. It might have been noticed by now, but I tend to prefer more of an aggressive approach in games where I know I can regularly refill my health. Interesting, okay. I wasn't even charging, I was just touching it, and it acted like I slammed into it. Wonder why just that corner? This one you actually kind of have to use this for, unless you're really quick, because you have to- it's too high to jump up and flame, you have to actually get up on that weird little seesaw. If you're not quick enough, it'll just reload its stinger and hit you again. But you don't get very long before enemies will attack again. Just that short delay while they laugh to give Spyro a free shot. That looks like all the gems around here. Go. Got the space, you can juke them out. Whoa. What even is in those barrels? Why do farmers have it? Not good enough, Buggy. That over there, this is the source of the unfun orb. So you have to kill all of these stupid little fly bug things. But if you take too long, they'll repopulate themselves and they constantly fly between scarecrows. On top of that, their hitbox is actually really wonky. I've had so many times where I've distinctly hit them, but it didn't kill them. And you have to get up on these hay bales and glide to be able to hit them on the scarecrow. But the problem is that when you get up on the hay bales, they try to run away from you. So it's just a pain in the butt all around to do this orb.
These darn bugs are making a joke of my expensive robot scarecrows. Can you chase them down and flame them, Spyro?
Yeah, I really think it should be difficulty 5, but it's only difficulty 5 because it's such a pain in the butt. And the area they are is so poorly set up for that kind of challenge. It's one of the very few orbs in the game that I actually hate. Because I've definitely said that there are orbs that I wasn't really overly fond of before, but I never really hated most of them. That orb though, that orb I hate doing. Oh, whatever. Lay the seesaw down over here so we can get up here. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think of any other orbs that I actually hate, and I can think of a bunch that I'm not overly fond of. But hate's not quite there. Like the little kangaroo thief one, I don't hate that one, but it's not something I would choose to do if I could skip it with no problems. That was what I was looking for. Where were the little rocks I was using? There it is. It's not as bad as Spyro, some of Spyro 3's stuff, though. At least those tend to have tricks to them to make them a little easier. Pull off, Spyro. What are you doing? You might notice the level a little interestingly laid out. Looks like you can get to a lot of the places from the ground, and there's a reason for that.
Way to go, Spyro! Them varmints won't be coming near our crops now. Can I offer you a reward?
So doing that now activates all those little vents we saw, so we can get shortcuts back up to this area, which is good because this is what's gonna require that of us. You might notice the lightning bolt there. You might notice that there's a lot of road around here. Yep, we got a supercharged track.
I used to drive my tractor all around the farm, but some fool robot blocked the path up. Do you think you can clear things up with a bit of supercharge?
Like the one in Fracture Hills, most of the difficulties here is just figuring out where the track turns. You need to have either really good reflexes or be really vigilant about memorizing where the track goes. Not too hard though. Mainly the main trouble I have is that because this is the last supercharged track in the game, it has a lot of really tight turns. So you really be ready to turn around on a dime for Spyro. But that's all it is.
A fine piece of steering that was, Dragon. Here, take this thingamajig I found in the cow.
I actually like the supercharged tracks. They're just... The main problem with the supercharged tracks is they're a little difficult to actually get used to because you have to get used to both the track and roughly how Spyro works on the when he's supercharging. Especially because Spyro's speed will increase if he stays running in a straight line for long enough. So that can kind of mess you up as well if you're not prepared for it. It is very terrifying until you actually understand how Spyro controls and how the tracks in particular tend to work. So in that regard, you're not really entirely wrong. Looks like all the gems from the supercharged track. Now comes a little difficult trick that I did not even remotely do correct. And actually easier just to backtrack to find the vent fan in my experience, at least to me. Because that little seesaw is just a pain in the butt to try to deal with. I need to hit that anyway, so why not? Heck, while I'm here, let's just go chase that down so we don't have to deal with that anymore. Popped up some around here. Where are you? The bottle. This is one level I find it actually kind of easy to lose track of where the bottle went. Went too far. Also, yeah, the spot. This is the spot right by the start of the level, and it takes you right to the end of the level. I'll just have Sparks help me track the bottle down in a bit. So we need to go over here and then jump here because of this right here. You can only supercharge to get that open. You can't open it in any other way because there's no rockets on this level. Hello, solitary gem I missed. Oh, there's another one over here. Check on the bug zapper. Did I miss any more? Ah, yeah, I did. I didn't come up here to look around by the bug zapper. I feel like Spyro wouldn't really want to get close to that. Ah, there's the bottle. That is over by the start because the start's the only one that has a windmill that's not going. Game. There we go. Right there, in fact. And that's all the gems. So all that's left is just the orb. Why am I doing this? I can just hit that whirlwind up by the front here and get to the end, and they'll get there a little bit faster. This. Oh, I don't think. I can work with this. It's just over here around the corner. So if I'm lucky, I'll get this quickly. If I'm unlucky, this is gonna take a while. See what I mean? You get on the hay bale and they immediately start flying away. Doing it backwards sort of helps. But not long, because like I said, you have to be careful because if you take too long, they're gonna revive. See, there's another one that just appeared. Huh. It's mainly a thing of just getting them to fly at you. There we go.
My fields are safe from those flying vermin, Spyro. Take this doodad I done dug up yesterday.
That's really a lot more irritating than it looks like it is. because of the hitboxes. I just got really lucky in that I got it quick. It could be that I'm just not jumping right or angling Spyro right, but it really feels like the hitboxes on those things are not consistent. Luckily there is that trick, just by walking backwards you can get them to fly directly at you. I think it would be impossible if that wasn't the case. That's another one of the levels down. Let's run over and hit Robotica Farm. Or not, that was Robotica Farms. Let's hit Metropolis. Metropolis, I think it was? No, it's Metropolis. Possibly. I still don't really know how to properly pronounce these types of words with the Polis, like I said. Just pig with a rocket strapped to its back. Waiting for a bus. Also, there's glass here, so it repels Spyro horrifically. Maybe it's a force field.
This insurrection from the farms has got quite out of hand. We need someone to restore order. Find the inventor droid. She's been working on something big.
Cows are not actually ranged, they just do this kind of sweep with the laser, which is actually really easy to dodge. Also, this is part of the reason why this is behind the door to the castle.
With all the budget cuts, these elevators need serious work. See, this one here is stuck. I expect it will start working again if you just give it a good whack, though.
Because you legitimately need the head bash to get anywhere in the level. Also, yeah, rocket pigs, they will kamikaze you. These are the troublesome ones because they have a metal shield, so you have to wait until they decide to fire. Luckily, rocket pigs cannot adjust for height. If you can get a stare on them, you can just stand there and let them kill themselves. We're in the future with robots, and punch it to make it work is still a thing that is happening. And this is an invasion force. So the fodder are eggs with legs. Like, Spyro looks really weirdly shiny here. I guess maybe it's technically weirdly he is scaled and scaleds do shine, but still.
As you can see, a vicious ox has taken over our armory. And here we thought that freezing the walkway would keep animals out. The ox is very tough. I would advise using the bombs against it, and it will probably take several bombs at that.
This is another one of the ones that's not, like, bad, but it's a little tedious. You basically need to flame the bombs back at the ox and get them up to where he is. Which is difficult because you're on ice, and of course Spyro can't angle properly when he's on ice. And the ox will also throw it at various angles to make it even more difficult. As he said, it's going to take several bombs to make this work. Luckily you can ricochet them into the ox like that.
Excellent work, Dragon. We can now defend our city properly. Take this visually pleasing reward.
Not a bad orb or anything, it can just be kind of a little annoying. Because of the... You lose a lot of control over Spyro's momentum and movement when you're on ice. Kind of a neat idea though. I always liked it based on that. Not many games where you fight an ox on a frozen walkway into an armory by flaming the bombs it's throwing back at it. You can really say that about the vast majority of this game. I think it's one of the reasons the Spyro games have held up so well is that so much of it is just really creative. Like, take any one level and describe the level and the orb challenges in it, and can you find anything like that in other games? Like, even looking at this, we're in a future high-tech robotic city that is being invaded by farm animals with kamikaze pigs and ray gun cows. Sorry, ray gun space cows. There's certainly aspects that can be shared, like space cows with ray guns is not a completely unheard of concept, but combine it with everything else, it's really just hilariously unique. Spyro games just show so much love and effort put into them.
Ah, Spyro, I heard you were coming. Thank you for your efforts in thwarting this attempted coup. Please take this item, which living creatures seem to like. It's a first for Avalar, a combination power-up. Thank goodness you're here to test it out. These invading sheep in their spaceships must be stopped.
This is especially unique here. This is the only time we're going to get a combination power-up like this. And it's kind of sad because I wish this game actually used this more. Because this is such a cool concept. Luckily the sheep do not actually like call in reinforcements or anything. You just gotta find them all.
Excellent work. You knocked those sheep right out of the sky. Take this orb device as proof of your skill.
Also, I kind of love the idea that Spyro just...
I knew it!
Oops.
Those first sheep sent out a distress call. The next wave of saucers is incoming.
I like the idea that Spyro, like, legitimately has some kind of hyperspace inventory where he's keeping the guidebook that he's putting these orbs and everything in. That's why Dragon's Horde, they naturally have an inventory that has infinite space. As we've seen from games like Skyrim, if they have the space and the carrying capacity, a lot of people find it really hard not to take everything that's nailed down. Alright. Also, yeah, you gotta be careful because you can't take the you can't like chase the sheep, which is why I've been kind of careful about it. Because they will fire out. They will fire back at Spyro.
Nice flying, Airman. You've proven the genius of my double power-up invention. Here, keep this to commemorate your victory.
The sad thing is this is only ever used one more time in the game, and then it's never used in Year of the Dragon. And I don't know why, because this is the double power-up is really awesome. Apparently you're moving too quickly when flying for Sparks to pick up any of these. Yeah, if you hit those with the Super Flame power-up, they just flat out explode. There's some up here. Really, I just feel like I really would have liked it better if the Spyro games gave you more areas that were free flight like this. Because the original sort of did. But it never fully felt like the North Treasury was completely free flight, considering you had to chase down thieves and everything to get to higher spots. Then you have any of the flight areas in this game are limited to very tight little corridors. And there is no free flight area even like the North Treasury around here. Ah, don't do that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was completely scripted. Spyro couldn't free fly. Alright, I gotta go grab the power up and come down here with it. Spyro didn't have the ability to free fly because you had to chase down the thieves, and that would only give him a little extra height. Once you got all the thieves, sure, then you could completely free fly through the level, but by that point you had nothing left to do in the level because you had already finished it to get the free flight in the first place. I really feel like that the 100% for this game and for Year of the Dragon needed to be a free flight area. Like a full area with legitimate actual free flying, where the entire level was built around Spyro being able to fly anywhere, because that shouldn't really be that difficult for one level. Because the reward for 100% in this game is exactly the same it was in the PS1 version. And it's not bad, but it's not really all that exciting either. There we go. And there's Metropolis fully finished. The 100% reward makes it like way easier to go after all the skill points, I'll give it. Ouch. And it does make the game like significantly easier on a replay. But I don't know. I just always found the reward very underwhelming. But hey, at least it's not Year of the Dragonfly, where you had to get 100% to actually get the real final boss and ending. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a comment or hitting the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to know when new videos are posted, subscribe and hit the bell. I hope to see you around!